And the reason we have 24 is even though we don't want it to be the case, some of you may have trouble finding a high-res photo of your photo. So let's go through the top 24. The first one, we click on it, is actually from Annie Omens, and it's basically the silhouette of a casa, I think it's a Nueva Chica, against a sort of artistic sky that I think she created. The next one, we don't have a teleprompter yet. We have our green screen and everything else, but we don't have a teleprompter. The next one's by Al Gretchen, and it is of the Clam Shack, which is another local favorite place. The third one, in no particular order, is also by Al Gretchen, who took a picture of a beautiful kayak. I mean, I haven't seen this one in person, but from the photo it looks great, and I know a lot of you like kayaking. Then the fourth one is one taken from Chris Sessions, who I didn't even know was a great photographer. And this one is of the front of one of the hotels in Loreto. And there's sort of wagon, and it was a sort of favorite by a lot of people. A lot of people in the comments mentioned that they really liked that one. Number 5 is the set of bowls. Some people love the color, as other people thought it might have been a little too simple. I thought it was sort of nice because when you're in Loreto, in the town of Loreto, these colored bowls are just everywhere and tiles are everywhere. So I thought it was very indicative of that, and that's by Cindy Lindy. The sixth one is, who is it? Cynthia Lard sent this in. I knew she was gunning for a spot in the calendar because this one is of the Christmas tree in front of the Loreto Town Hall. So smart submission, because when you look at that, you know exactly which month it's going to go in. The next one is one by Deborah Scallon. Again, a great photographer that we've known and seen a lot of her work. This one I liked because there was a pelican, but it was in front of the towers. So we had quite a number of pelican submissions, and there will be other ones as well. But this one I thought tied together the theme of Loreto with the pelicans, and it was a great shot. The next one's also by Deborah Scallon. It's the whale tail, and everybody thinks that with being so close to the Sea of Cortez, actually right on it, that it's important to have a whale tail. So it's a classic, and Deborah actually on Stark Silver Creek shares a little bit about how she took that photo, and it seemed like it was quite the task to capture just the right moment. The following one is one by, let me just get it out here, Eric Schaefer, and a lot of people like this because it's a scene of Loreto Bay in the evening. So you have a really nice dark blue dusky look against all of the towers of the home, and it's great coloration. In fact, David Valera, who is a professional photographer, also mentioned he liked the coloration of that one. The next one is actually by Dan and Kathy Getman, and this one I smiled because how many times have we heard about goats chewing the grass on the beautiful golf course? And so they were able to catch some of these goats, the silhouette of them sort of walking across, and as much as they do some damage to our golf courses, you can't help but smile that these mischievous creatures are out there so early in the morning. The next one's by Marcia and Chuck Jackson, who many of you know. Marcia's really been involved with the whole proxy process and everything else. And this one we liked because it had a lot of the boats and just the harbor area, and we thought that was being a fishing village. Seeing that sort of image is, very indicative of Loreto. Okay, the next one we've gotten so many comments about. Some have even said that in some ways having these kids so cute is actually not fair to have in a photo submission, because these kids are absolutely adorable. You know which one it is, the one with the doorstep and the two kids, and even Chris Sessions, and I agree with him, they have the absolute cutest little toes. So anyways, I always smile when I see that photo. They're just so adorable, and this one's by Cindy Lindy as well. Another pelican shot. This one is done by John and Greta Philby, and it's also another one of people's favorite pelican shots. You have them all lined across watching. It looks like across from a golf course. I wonder if someone's actually trying to swing at a golf ball. And then the next one, sunset kayaks, are one of the favorites from our very own Jane Lurie. It's great because it's taken from a perspective of someone actually paddling a kayak, and you're looking into the sun. And how many times have we felt that way, either going on kayak rides in the morning or in the evening? And in fact, this one, I still remember Jane Lurie's story about the little leak in one of her kayaks. And she just noticed that it was getting a little lower and there was some water. And soon she found out that she was covered in water. So anyways, it's a funny story. It's on Start Silver Creek if you're interested. The next one, Coronado Island. Can't do a Loreto calendar without Coronado Island. If you've never been there, it's absolutely gorgeous. This one's by Brian and Leslie Samuels, and just the colors are just beautiful. Another sunset one, this one from Tony and Carol Killeen. And this one, I liked it because we have quite a number of sunset photos. This one because of the clouds, as well as the boat that's in the photo as well. The next one's by Sue Morgan Roth, and the reason this one was chosen is because it looks through an oho in an actual home. And a lot of the photos of Loreto Bay have been taken from the outside looking in, and this one's sort of from an inside of a home looking out. So I thought the change in perspective is interesting. And also I have a soft spot for views outside windows or doors or interesting things. I did a lot of that when I was in Sintra in Portugal, and that was a lot of fun. The next one's, again, another very artistic rendition by Annie Omens. It's of the view that we often get when we're at the inn at Loreto Bay with the massive rocks there. I know some people have gone hiking up it. And what I like about this is she's really applied some filters, and I'm not an expert in this area, but the saturation, the interesting textures, I think, really express the ruggedness of the Loreto Baja landscape. The next one, what an action shot. This one was captured by Bill Doyle, who, as you know, owns TCC Loreto, which many of you have used their services for. This one is caught a pelican in action, just skimming along the water. A great shot and just perfect timing on that one. And then finally, the last one on this first page, if you're actually